What's going on, everyone? We are back for some more ATEEZ. I just reacted to the most silent fan meeting by ATEEZ. If you're interested in watching my full reaction and analysis to that, you can go straight to my Patreon page. I've included the link below. Guys, if you're new here, I'm a communication skills coach. What I do on this channel is I look at all different types of people's communication skills. I'm looking forward to this one. Thanks for being here. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Let's get started.
생각했을 것 같다고. 우리 팀이라서 다행이고 항상 묵묵히 같이 걸어가지고 고맙다. 멋있는 형이야. 형은 알지 내 마음 이렇게 적었는데 산이네요.
어떻게 알지?
네, 산이고.
아, 아는구나.
항상 팀을 좋은 방향으로 잘 이끌어주는 것 같지만 권력 남용한다.
맞지 맞지. 나 아닌데?
I guess they don't know who wrote the letters to them, so I don't know the guys that well. But I'd imagine, if I had to guess, perhaps it's Woo-young. I don't know. I'm just looking at his face right now. I have a pause on him. He looks a little guilty.
뭔가 표현을 좀 많이 썼을 것 같아.
그치. 권력 남용만 참 조용히 손 들어볼까요? 아니, 그런 단어 선택 누가 해? 너구나. 너네. 야, 나 진짜.
Did I not say it was my boy Woo-young? He's always got a joke about someone. He's always got to, you know, tease and flirt with someone. But a lot of that letter was very sincere. He talked about how he thought Hongjoong was a legitimately cool person. There's some really nice compliments in there mixed in with some fun teasing. And I think Woo-young does a really good job at that. And that's part of why I find him so charming and playful and endearing, why so many people are drawn to him. Oftentimes, when you see people who are really good at teasing others, they're very observant because they're paying attention to how you act and respond to different situations. And as a result, they can tease you about those things.
빛나는 모습을 가까이서 지켜볼 수 있다는 게. 이거 누구야? 나라고. 형이야? 나라고. 미안해. 됐어.
이렇게 사랑이
나야. 그러니까 내가 요즘 널 보면서 이제 자신감을 많이 찾고 느꼈던 거를 나는 그냥 쓴 거였어. 근데 나는 뭐 같은 팀에.
Seeing a different side of these boys here. I really like Hongjoong. I really get the sense that he really is a genuine guy. And he doesn't seem to be performing as much here. You know, I think when we see him in these interview settings, I think there's an element of him that sort of kicks in to say, okay, I have to get into leader mode here. But here, where it feels like it's just a bunch of guys who are really close with each other talking, I'm just seeing a different side of Hongjoong that seems just more down to earth, more genuine, more sincere, more laid back and more relatable in a way.
첫 번째 무조건 종호 같은데요. 형한테는 많은 칭찬을 많이 해주고 싶어요. 제가 표현도 잘 못하고 그런 성격이라 평소에는 장난식으로만 말하고 그래서.
The fastest reader in the world over here. Son never ceases to amaze me.
사람을 생각했을 때 멤버들이 나머지가 생각하는 게 거의 비슷하거든. 왜냐면 우리가 보고 있는 게 거의 비슷하니까. 산이 얘기에 아마 노력이란 단어가 없는.
Now I'm actually starting to appreciate Hongjoong's leadership even more because Hongjoong kind of leads the way in terms of vulnerability. I'm sensing these guys might not necessarily be as comfortable completely opening up, but I'm getting the sense it's just a little easier for Hongjoong. I'm seeing a maturity to him here where it feels like he's kind of comfortable talking about his feelings and openly complimenting the other guys.
친구가 없을걸? 거의? 그치. 맞아. 우리도 많이 이렇게 보고 배우는 거지. 이렇게 옆에서 이렇게 보고 있다 보면. 아, 쟤도 저렇게 하는데 나도 저렇게 해야겠다 하면서 이제 동기부여도 되고 하는 거지. 힘이
나 넣는
제일 많이 나네요.
뭐 있어?
힘이 많이 나.
힘이 나.
좋습니다.
I think Hongjoong did a really good job right there saying to Son, hey, you know, there's a lot we can learn from your effort. You know, you put a ton of effort into everything, essentially. So that's great. I love seeing that. I love hearing that. And one of the things I like to reinforce on this channel from watching these videos is, hey, if you have something nice to say, you should say it.
말해 뭐해 싶다만 우리 막내 정말 대단해. 그리고 고마워. 나에게는 누구보다 어리고 막내 같은 우리 종우. 데뷔 때부터 메인 보컬로서 어깨에 짐이 꽤나 무거웠을 텐데 포기하지 않고 오히려 더 성장해줬어.
Wow, that's actually true. That's true. There's a lot of weight there. The youngest guy, he's the main vocalist. So the fact that whoever it is, it sounds like it's Son that's saying this, is appreciating that and understanding that, I think goes a long way. So it's sort of like a 2-in-1 compliment, a bonus compliment.
솔직히 올해가 종우가 좀 많이 힘들었던 그런 해라고 난 생각해. 이제 또 다치기도 하고
그치.
이제 활동도 제대로 하지도 못하니까. 그런데도 뭔가 좀 세대가 긍정적으로 우리한테 좀 표현을 해줘서 오히려 우리도 마음을 놓고 잘.
종호한테는 어디 가도 메인 보컬. 우리 막내 노래 진짜 잘해요.
Now we're seeing Hongjoong's leadership really shine. He's really setting the pace for them to kind of open up and talk honestly and sincerely about one another. And I'm loving this. Now it's really getting open. You heard Yoonho chip in there and say something really nice about Jungho.
좀 세대가 긍정적으로 우리한테.
You can kind of feel how much Jungho appreciates that. This is why it's so important to say these things, because it means so much to the person that's receiving this message, and as a result, they're going to feel good. They're going to want to reciprocate their feelings toward you. It only enhances the rapport and the trust between people. I have no doubt in my mind that this interaction is going to bring them closer. So this is really cool. This is really cool to see the ATEEZ boys in this setting.
성장을 했으니까. 전 그게 제일 멋있다고 생각해요.
멋있는 것 같아.
좋네 이 시간.
좋네요.
좋네요.
That was sweet, huh? Just seeing Sun give him that physical acknowledgement there.
좋네요.
좋네요.
It was nice to see Jungho kind of in this moment letting himself be embraced by his big brothers, because to me Jungho is actually one of the most mature, and oftentimes to me takes on a sort of a very serious front. Maybe it's because he's the lead singer, but you know, in reality there's probably a lot of sides to him. There's a lot of depth to him.
요즘에는 주변 사람뿐 아니라 자신을 사랑하는 게 느껴져서 너무 좋아요. 항상 본인이 이루고자 하는 일에 최선을 다하며 결국 이뤄내는 끈기가 있지만 가끔 나이값을 못하는 것 같아요.
뭐야, 야 누구냐? 크게 매기냐?
다른 사람이 얘기할 때 본인 이야기처럼 귀 기울여주며 정말.
Woo-young looks like he's in his head, huh? Like if he's like being contained in some sort of social environment, like he's finished. And Sunghwa, like I feel like he can probably come off as like a little distant or cold to some people. I don't think he is necessarily.
이루고자 하는 일에 최선을 다하며 결국 이뤄내는 끈기가 있지만
I think he just seems like one of those guys who doesn't easily let his guard down.
난 솔직히 말씀드릴게요. 저는
이런 줄 몰랐죠?
장점, 단점, 좋은 점, 싫은 점을 있으래요. 그래서 산이 뭐 좋은 점, 이타적이고 나를 배려를 짜면 뭐 이렇게 했는데 단점, 주의가 산만함 이렇게 적었는데.
What do you mean he distracts the people around? You distract the people around you, Woo-young. Come on, dude.
천상 연예인이야. 여기서 유일하게 예능을 선택했어. 혼자 돋보이려고. 나는 너가 옆에서 너가 같은 팀에서 빛나는 걸 볼 수 있어서 참 좋다. 아주 빛나고 있어.
우리 윤호.
I agree with Hongjoong's assessment 100%. He's a natural-born entertainer.
진짜 천상 연예인이야.
One of my top K-pop communicators, Woo-young. Hongjoong really taking control here, and he does that. He does that. He takes control, whether it's in more of a formal interview situation or an informal conversational setting like this one. Really good at dictating the pace and setting the mood for the environment. This is like, if anything, given me a lot more appreciation for Hongjoong.
이날만도 안 돼 늘 밝은 기운으로 ATEEZ 에너지가 되어주는 윤호. 너가 ATEEZ에 있어줌에 너무 고맙고 덕분에 지금의 ATEEZ가 있는 것 같아. 저는 그러지 않으면 더 힘들더라고요. 그냥 저를 어떻게 보면 호신용 무기라고 생각하시면 돼요.
되게 멋있다.
나는 솔직히 텐션 유지하는 게 제일 힘든 것 같거든. 맞아. 그러니까 활동을 하면서 밤하고 낮이.
Yoonho, huh? He's still a mystery to me. Yeah, he does have a certain spark to him, doesn't he? I think he's got a lot of self-awareness.
어떻게 보면 호신용 무기라고 생각하시면 돼요.
I think he overthinks things. That's what it seems like to me. Like he second guesses himself from time to time. That's the awkwardness I see in him. But I think naturally he's got a really good sense of humor. And I think there's a lot more to him that I haven't seen yet that I'd like to see more of.
악성댓글만 읽을까요? 잠시만요.
사실 이건 3줄밖에 안 되잖아요. 아니 악성댓글.
네, ATEEZ 노래에서 정말 중요한 목소리를 갖고 있으며 항상 노력하는 모습이 보기 좋지만 노잼.
노잼 하나요?
진짜 못 듣다.
야 너한테 좀 약하게 갔다.
노잼이 차라리 나 나이값
야 권력.
That's the thing about Wooyoung. I feel like he's the guy in the group that they make fun of the most. And he loves it. He loves the attention.
아니
I mean, he dishes it the most, it feels like. But I feel like he gets it back the most. That's his way of flirting and bonding is through teasing and poking and making fun of and getting in your space. The guys know that's like probably one of his love languages.
맞아요. 아, 이게 감동이에요.
지금까지 쭉 버틴 거에 여성의 영향이 좀 제일 많이 컸어요. 솔직히. 보면서 정말 자극도 많이 받았고.
맞아요.
정말 저렇게 해야 정말 이룰 수 있구나라는 걸 참 많이 배웠던 것 같아요.
I think that was the first time I've really seen Songhwa express how he feels about someone else in the group, and that was really cool to see. I think he delivered that very sincerely, and I just sensed a mature side from Songhwa there. I enjoyed listening to that.
네, 아니야, 다 안 읽었어요. 다 안 읽었어요. 아니야, 다 안 읽었어요. 다 안 읽었어요.
이제 롤링페이퍼 시간 끝났고요. 이제 고등학교 생활기록부.
뒤에서 누구보다 열심히 노력하는 친구이며 포기하지 않고 꾸준히 성장하는 게 매우 대단하다고 생각한다. 근데 노잼이다. 묵묵히 얘기를
Always got to throw in a joke at the end there, right?
근데 노잼이다.
아 솔직히 이게 뭐가 중요합니까? 우영이가 우리를 바라보는 방식이 그러하다. 그냥 뭐 중요한 거 없어요. 아 잠깐만. 근데 하여튼 장난이고. 근데 너가 없었으면 우리가 이게 재미가 없었을 거야.
덕분에 재미있어요.
Exactly. It would have been more boring if it wasn't for Wooyoung. There's nothing wrong with teasing your friends because at the end of the day, when they know you love them, the teasing doesn't really have a negative impact. Unless, of course, you sense it's coming from a malicious place or they say something that's downright mean about you. At the end of the day, you know Wooyoung's character, you know his personality, you know he loves you. So based on all these things, it's not really going to impact you negatively. And if anything, it's just going to make you feel closer to him and make you feel like you want to tease him back and be in his world.
케어를 해요. 진짜 연말이 돼서도 힘들 때 오늘 얘기하고 있을 거야.
이 순간을 기억할 거.
Yeah, and Yao Sang doesn't really care. He's just like, whatever. Like, if it's my turn to speak, I'll speak and I'll get into it. But I like his vibe. Quieter, cool, keeps it real. It never really feels awkward with him. Yeah, he's quiet a lot of the time, but it doesn't feel like it's out of awkwardness or discomfort. It's just his natural inclination isn't necessarily to speak first. I think his confidence is only growing.
우리 에이티즈 파이팅하고 우리 에이틴이랑 좋은 추억 많이 만들도록 합시다. 네. 자, 둘, 셋. 에피소드 파이팅! 슬라이드 찍으시죠. 하나, 둘, 셋.
They've got great energy, these guys. From Hongjoon to Wooyoung to San to Jungho, all of them, Yoonho, all of them. Great energy. You know, they all bring something different to the table, don't they? So guys, if you want to watch my uncut reaction and analysis, all you need to do is go to my Patreon page. The link is in my description below. You can also check out the other video I just reacted to before this. It's exclusive for Patreon. You can go and check that out. The Most Silent Fan Meeting by ATEEZ. Other than that, I appreciate you tuning in. My name is Max. I will catch you soon.